The government right now is divided, right? Well, we don't know how divided they are. You know what I mean? Like, we can say they're divided because the two sides don't really agree on each other, right? But um, we don't know what the end goal is. They could be working with each other, but we don't see it as a people. But we know that there's a dividing line between how they want to reopen up the government, right? Quote unquote, they're holding the people of the United States hostage. They're using the people, right? You know, the concept of divide and conquer, right? So let's say there's one government, right? All the Congress people working together, right? They make it seem like they're dividing the country into two so they can conquer, or whatever the goal is. That's why I said there's an end goal, right? What is the end goal? What is the purpose of withholding SNAP, right? Unless the people are going to revolt, right? Okay, so, people are threatening to loot stores or whatever, right? Oh, yeah, that could be a sign of revolution or whatever, right? But unless the police state can't stop that situation, it's not going to happen. I do not disagree that you have your personalities like your AOC and Bernie Sanders that really don't like Trump, and vice versa, right? The Republican Party don't really like the Democratic Party. I see that. Like, all that, it's there. You know what I mean? It could be a facade that they're doing, but I see, like, each party want to take control of the government, right? And they think they can run the government better than the other party. I see that. They could all be against each other, but at the same time, there's bullet points that has to be met, right? So let's say they go back, right, and they can be two sides, but they go back to one room and they have to meet all the bullet points. You know what I mean? Like, hey, we still gotta play with Israel. We still gotta be a Christian nation. We still gotta we still gotta meet the deficit. We still gotta meet the economic quota, right? So with everything that I said, is it gonna end this Wednesday, tomorrow, right? Everyone's saying that, we might get food stamp back for the people by tomorrow. It's not. We're still gonna be divided. It's not. I mean, this is what I told my parents, right? Like, stop listening to the news, right? They just sensationalize whatever they think the people need to hear, right? But it's not it. If the end goal is not met, they can care less. You know what I mean? What's the end goal? Okay, let's talk about the end goal, right? The way I see it, the end goal is they just want to see how long people last without food stamps. Straight up. So yes, you can call the orange man a tyrant. Cool, whatever, right? But do something about it. You know what I mean? If you're the Democratic Party, you know what I mean? Like, the Congress people, the senators that's Democratic, they're not voting to have it back on either. You don't think they're tyrants? They could care less. They got money too. You know what I mean? They're not on food stamps. You feel me? Like, so, like, stop being divided. You know what I mean? Like, they want to see how long we can last without food stamps. That's it, right? They say America's obese.